Okay, imagine this for a second. You're standing in like a really bustling marketplace, yeah?
Yeah.
And you're clutching your vote, that single precious coin.
Right. Your voice, your power.
Exactly. Now, what if, while you're standing there, you suddenly realize someone's trying to um, subtly, maybe systematically, empty other people's pockets of those exact same coins?
Oof. That's a deeply unsettling thought.
It really is. And that's kind of the feeling at the heart of this massive political tempest brewing right now in India.
Ah, you're talking about Bihar.
Yes. Today, we're taking a deep dive into these swirling, serious accusations of electoral manipulation happening in Bihar. And look, this isn't just some local squabble, it's a pretty gripping story.
Absolutely. You've got political giants clashing head-on these explosive claims of actual vote theft. And it puts the very foundation of democratic representation under, well, an intense spotlight.
So, our mission today for this deep dive is really to peel back all these layers. We want to understand the specific mechanisms everyone's talking about.
Right. Get into the weeds of how this Sarar thing works.
Exactly, and hear the different sides of the story, because there definitely are different sides, and explore what it all means for, you, the voter, and for the future of democratic processes, not just in India, maybe everywhere.
Yeah. The implications could be broad. We've gathered quite a collection of insights, reports, statements, analyses to help us navigate this because it is complex.
Okay, let's set the scene. Let's unpack this properly. Picture yourself. It's a sweltering August afternoon, 2025. You're right in the thick of it, bustling streets of Bhagalpur, Bihar.
I can almost feel the heat.
Totally. And there's this huge sea of people gathered. Their voices are rising together, this incredible sound like a thunderstorm rolling in.
What are they chanting?
Vote Char, Gadi Char.
Thief of votes, abandon the throne. Wow.
Yeah, and it's not just a slogan, it feels like this raw, powerful cry. It's echoing the frustrations of, well, potentially millions.
And right at the center of this storm, this surge of feeling,
Mm-hmm.
is Rahul Gandhi. He's the leader of opposition.
Mm-hmm. Leading this thing called the voter Adhikar Yatra.
The March for Voting Rights. And his target is very clear.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And specifically, the mechanisms allegedly being used to tilt elections towards the ruling party, the BJP.
And the core allegation revolves around this specific process, doesn't it? The Special Intensive Revision, or a SAR, of the electoral rolls.
That's the one. The claim is that votes are essentially being stolen through this revision process. We've heard whispers, like you said, in Maharashtra, Haryana.
Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka too. There have been probes.
Right. But Bihar seems to be the real flashpoint right now.
And it's crucial to stress this isn't just about Bihar, is it? I mean, the principles at stake here resonate far beyond state lines.
Absolutely. It touches the very idea of fair representation, the sanctity of the vote itself. It really reminds us, doesn't it, that vigilance is just key in any democracy.
Anywhere in the world. What's happening in Bihar is highlighting these kind of universal challenges to keeping elections honest.
So, to really get our heads around this, we need to understand the mechanism first. Electoral rolls. Basically, the guest list for the big party India's elections.
Exactly. They list every single eligible voter. The idea is to make sure only real eligible citizens cast a ballot. Simple enough on the surface.
And the Election Commission of India, the ECI, we're the independent body supposed to ensure fair polls. They update these lists.
Right, periodically. Normally it's through what they call a summary revision. Happens about once a year, adding new voters, removing people who've moved or passed away. Standard stuff.
Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting and controversial. This Special Intensive Revision, SIR, it's not the normal update.
No, it's like the turbocharged version. Much more intensive, we're talking door-to-door checks sometimes, and much faster timelines.
Right. And in Bihar, the ECI kicked this off on June 24th, 2025. And July 1st was the cutoff date for voters to qualify.
Now, the ECI's stated goal for SIR is pretty clear. Create pure electoral rolls. Clean them up.
Meaning getting rid of fake entries?
Fake entries, duplicates, and significantly, names of people they suspect might be illegal immigrants from neighboring countries like Bangladesh, Nepal, Myanmar.
So like cleaning out your closet, basically. Making sure only the right stuff is in there.
That's the official analogy, yeah. A rigorous spring cleaning of the voter list.
Okay, that sounds reasonable, like a good governance measure, but this is exactly where the controversy just explodes.
Because opposition leaders are saying, hold on a minute. They claim SAR is being used as a weapon.
A weapon? How?
They allege it's being used to selectively delete names. Specifically, names of poor, delete, backward class, and minority voters.
Ah, demographic groups that often historically haven't supported the BJP.
Precisely. Rahul Gandhi, speaking right there in Bhagalpur, gave examples. He talked about Congress supporters finding their names had just vanished during the first phase of SARE.
Vanished, just
Just
gone.
gone. He called it a direct attack on the Constitution.
Yes.
Said it undermines the whole principle of one person, one vote.
Wow, that's a very serious accusation. It's like that game, Musical Chairs, where someone sneakily removes chairs just for one team before the music even stops.
It's a powerful analogy. And if it's true, the implication is huge. You could potentially swing an election without stuffing a single ballot box. You target the list before voting day.
That really is a chilling thought. What strikes me here is the scale we're talking about. It's not just a few errors, is it?
No. Multiple reports suggest significant numbers. Potentially hundreds of thousands of deletions under scrutiny in Bihar. The exact figures are debated, of course, but the scale itself is alarming.
And it's serious enough that the Supreme Court actually got involved.
Yes, they did. They issued an interim order back on August 14th, basically told the ECI they must accept Adhikar or one of 11 other documents for verification.
To prevent wrongful dilutions.
Exactly. And interestingly, the court even expressed sort of surprise at how limited the role of political parties seemed to be in fixing errors in the past, hinting at maybe deeper systemic issues.
Okay, so what's the ECI saying in its defense?
Well, they've defended SIR quite robustly. They emphasize it's a nationwide exercise, not just Bihar. And it's based on proper field-level checks, stakeholder input.
They're saying it's transparent.
They stress transparency. They've listed like 28 different initiatives. They're taking public hearings, clear appeal processes for anyone whose name gets deleted. They maintain the process is sound.
But the timing, that's what critics keep coming back to, right?
Yeah.
Just months before the Bihar polls.
That's the big red flag for the opposition. October and November 2025, the elections are looming. And they point out that similar revisions in other states have faced fraud claims too.
Which brings us back to that crucial question. Is Bihar an isolated case, or is this part of a pattern?
It's the question everyone's asking, because we have seen similar things pop up. Remember Maharashtra's 2024 assembly elections?
Vaguely. Wasn't there a controversy there?
Yes. Congress alleged over a lakh 100,000 fake votes in just one constituency. Then Haryana, after the BJP's narrow win, manipulated rolls became an issue.
And Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, probes there too.
Probes, complaints, lodged with the ECI. And if you look at analyses from independent election watchdogs, they often suggest these deletions tend to disproportionately hit marginalized groups. It's a recurring theme.
So it feels like this isn't coming out of nowhere. There's a history here.
Unfortunately, yes. Electoral manipulation isn't new in India. You had booth capturing back in the 80s.
Yeah.
More recently, huge debates over EVM glitches, VVPAT mismatches in 2019.
Right, the electronic voting machines.
Exactly. The ECI's credibility, while generally respected, has definitely been tested repeatedly. There's even, believe it or not, a Wikipedia entry starting now for 2025 on the Indian electoral controversy, kicking off with Gandhi's current claims.
Wow, that shows how much traction this is getting. It's being documented in real time.
It really illustrates how this current issue taps into a long history of questioning the process, of needing to ensure trust in democracy.
Okay, so against this backdrop, this contested history, we had that really striking contrast on that day in August, Gandhi and Bhagalpur with the vote core chants.
And on the very same day, Prime Minister Modi was holding a rally elsewhere, in Bihar, in Gaya.
But he didn't directly address the vote thing, did he?
No, interestingly, he pivoted. He shifted the focus to a different but equally charged narrative, infiltrators.
Right. Echoing his Independence Day speech.
Precisely. From the Red Fort on August 15th, he warned about this alleged conspiracy to change India's demography through illegal immigration.
And announced a demographic mission.
Yes, to protect resources for citizens. He claimed infiltrators were, and I quote, snatching bread and butter from young people and targeting women.
So he's linking the SIR process, removing illegal names, directly to national security.
Exactly. It frames the ECI's potentially controversial work as a necessary defense of the nation. Of course, critics immediately called it divisive, accused him of, creating new enemies for political gain.
While his supporters would see it as strong leadership on border security.
Right. Two completely different framings of the same underlying issue.
In Gandhi's Yatra, it's clearly about more than just the voter rolls, too, isn't it? It seems like he's weaving together a whole range of grievances.
Definitely. In Nathnagar, near Bhagalpur, he highlighted a specific story, Amarnath Jaiswal, a former recruit under the Agnipath scheme.
Right, the scheme for short-term military recruitment. 4 years, only 25% stay on.
Yeah, launched in 2022. The idea is keeping the forces young, agile. But Jaiswal's story, it showed the potential downsides.
What happened to him?
Injured on duty, lost a finger, discharged after just 2 years. Crucially, without the full benefits or the martyr status someone might get if they'd served longer.
Ouch. That's tough.
Gandhi really hammered this, called the scheme ill-advised, argued it closes doors for youth already facing massive unemployment challenges.
And he linked this back even further, didn't he, to demonetization in 2016.
He did, argued that policy crippled small businesses, caused huge job losses. You remember demonetization, pulling 86% of currency overnight.
How could anyone forget?
Yeah.
Chaos. The stated aim was fighting black money.
Right. The government points to increased digital payments now. But critics, like Gandhi, constantly bring up the GDP dips, the bankruptcies, especially for small traders, the informal sector.
Yeah.
These aren't just old issues. They're being presented as part of a pattern affecting ordinary people.
So it all comes back to Bihar. Why is this state the epicenter right now?
Well, politically, Bihar is massive. 243 assembly seats, 40 seats in the national parliament, the Lok Sabha. It's a kingmaker state.
And the last state election was close, wasn't it? 2020.
Extremely close. The ruling NDA alliance just scraped through. So now, with Sarar happening and the state polls coming up in October and November,
Yeah.
the stakes are incredibly high.
And the opposition India bloc is making this vote theft issue central to their campaign there.
They've explicitly vowed to block it. The public reaction, as you mentioned, seems intense. Supporters claim crowds in the hundreds of thousands for Gandhi's Yatra. Videos are everywhere.
Social media is buzzing. Vote Chor Modi trending.
Of course, you have the counter-narrative, too. Skeptics saying Congress is inflating numbers, using old footage. The BJP insists SIR is transparent. Parties can watch.
But for the average person, this isn't just political noise, is it? It could mean your neighbor, maybe a daily wage worker, turns up to vote.
And finds their name just isn't there. Their vote evaporates.
That erodes trust so fundamentally. It must fuel apathy, especially among young people facing, 45% unemployment in some areas? That's staggering.
It's a dangerous mix, so the impacts are layered. Economically, yes, clean rolls are good in theory, but wrongful deletions hit the poor hardest. They often lack the means to easily appeal.
Socially, that infiltrator talk, it might resonate in border areas, but it risks alienating minorities, deepening divides.
And politically, well, if the NDA bloc can really mobilize around this issue, capitalize on the anger, Bihar could flip.
And a flip in Bihar would send shockwaves nationally, wouldn't it? Looking ahead to 2029.
Absolutely. It would be a major blow to the ruling coalition and a huge boost for the opposition. The political chess game is intense.
So we've really unpacked quite a bit here, this electoral tempest in Bihar, from the specifics of Sir
to the clashing narratives of Modi and Gandhi, the broader grievances about jobs, Agnipath, demonetization.
It all weaves together. The ECI's actions, the opposition's challenges, the government's counter-arguments. It creates this incredibly complex picture for you, the voter.
And as this Yatra marches on, covering 3,000 kilometers, all eyes are definitely on the ECI. What happens next? Will Sir genuinely ensure fair play, clean lists?
Or will it just fuel more distrust, more polarization? It feels like a real test.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
This deep dive into Bihar really underscores how vital vigilance is for democracy. The nation's future, in many ways, hangs in the balance, one name on a roll at a time.
It really makes you think. As you've been listening to all this, what stands out to you as the most critical thing needed right now to safeguard electoral integrity in such a charged environment? Something to ponder.